Welcome to the Uncomfortable Truth Podcast. I'm here with
The Honey Print.
Boom Beats go hard, you know who it is.
the Mall CEO. How y'all been?
Can't complain.
A whole week went past.
A whole week?
Yes.
It seems like it was just
we record every
yesterday.
Monday, so.
That's true, that's true.
You had a good week? How was work?
Man, I had an amazing weekend.
Yeah, you told me about it. I remember.
Okay.
What's that?
You know.
It's cool.
I had a pretty good week. This lady tipped me $170
Oh, that's what's
on
up.
a $30 check.
Wow.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Does she want your phone number after this?
No, nothing.
That's
She
crazy.
just was like, I really loved her service.
That's crazy.
She gave me the 70 of her. She gave me $100. I'm like, and it's all in 20s. So I'm like, why are you giving me
Okay,
this?
she just robbed the bank.
And then,
She just robbed the
and
bank.
then I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. So then I come back out and she's leaving. She said, I left you something else. There's another $100 on the table. So oh my God, thank you. So I'm done taking tables for the rest of the day. I was only like 30 minutes left, but
Either they didn't send her a stimulus check or something
I
like
don't know.
that's crazy.
Now, I work Comic-Con, and that place, like, I was very bored. I was very bored.
What?
Really? I thought you would have had fun with the costumes and all that.
I was very bored. It was very weird.
I love Comic-Con.
Like, you see, okay, that Comic-Con is like 98% people dressing up as whatever they
Yeah,
dress as.
cosplays.
Yeah.
Then you got like that 1.9% that dress like dudes, and the other percent is like kids. So like you don't really see kids there. You don't really see kids there.
Because it's for adults. It's a bunch of seminars and
Yeah, like and like
So
it's just crazy.
So you know what the crazy thing was? I was actually in I was in Dave and Buster's a couple weeks ago, and I don't know what the thing was, but everybody had on costumes. So I'm looking like, what's going on? I see men dressed up like Sailor Moon.
I was just about to say it. At Comic Con, you had so many Sailor Moons, Sailor Mars, Sailor Universes. Like, you know, I'm like, yo, but you don't see the
Glorious.
women doing that. You don't see women dressed like Iron Man,
No.
Captain America. Like,
No.
some of them are,
No,
but maybe
you
not
see,
a lot.
No,
of
you
them.
know, I seen women dressed as Miles Morales, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know, but like, I didn't see them as it wasn't an abundance. But it was abundance of dudes dressed as female characters, fairies,
Yes.
princesses.
It's like this is at an all-time high.
Chun Li,
right now, like-
Chun Li from Street Fighter.
Yeah, I seen that too.
These are amazing women. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, it's like, no, I'm not talking about that. It's cool. They can dress as whatever you want to dress as. I'm just saying, you don't see women doing this. At Comic Con, I worked there for 4 days, and
I follow
If
a
I'm
lot
a-
of anime pages and stuff, and a lot of the girls do cosplay the guy
I
characters. But I get what you're
That's
saying. Like
cool.
maybe in a group of 100, only like 20 of them are female, and like 50 of them are guys. Like I get what you're
yeah,
saying.
like, it was way more dudes doing it than women.
yeah, like can I be a guy dressing up as
Yeah.
as a female
Yeah.
character?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
like
I
I can't.
I seen people. I seen people dressed as other characters, Buggy the Clown and stuff like that. And costumes was hard too, like
Yeah.
official. I'm like, yo, Buggy, what up? Like
Yeah.
official.
Yeah.
You know, like
But
I just find that weird.
funny.
I just find that weird.
A lot of women actually, they when Halloween come around, they take that opportunity to dress up
Mhm.
like a man because they know basically.
I
It's
knew
hard to do.
I knew an executive. I knew an executive that went as what's her name, Sia, the little girl
Okay.
Sia. He had the little tall, he had the white hair.
That's
You know,
funny.
this is an executive that make hundreds of $1,000s a year. You know, so like it's cool. You could do whatever you want. You know, it's just I didn't expect that when I was there. I expected to see ass, cheeks. You know,
Oh no, it's
female.
not wrong.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's not sexy.
Nah. No, I seen cheeks. I did see cheeks. There was cheeks. There was cheeks, but it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot. You know. Then you have to be careful what you're looking at. You know. You never know what you're gonna be looking at.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it was very cool.
Your executive rep.
It was very cool. It was just very boring. I was very bored.
Yeah.
You know, got a lot of numbers, met a lot of people, but
That's cool. You guys working.
See how Eli Manning, you know.
Okay.
Oh, it was at the Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah.
Oh.
All we heard was move out the way, clear the room, clear the wall, like they say, clear. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm moving nowhere. Look, I said, oh, you know what I mean? What up? Everybody starts saying, Elah.
Right.
I don't know why.
The greatest.
We got his son, Daniel Jones, on the Giants now, man. Just messing up. But
We're not
anyway.
gonna go into that. Anyway.
All right, so our first topic today is Kevin Gates. And did y'all see the video of him spitting in the girl,
Yes.
pregnant woman's mouth?
Did you see it?
No.
It's
I wouldn't wanna
just
see
as chilling as.
Yeah. The
It
baby,
is.
her baby father better leave her. He better leave her, get a DNA test.
Oh my goodness.
You know, before he do anything.
You're not letting your
You know
favorite celebrity, who's SZA, you're not letting SZA spit in your mouth?
My tongue will be in her mouth, so her spit is gonna be in her
I'm
mouth.
just saying. No,
I'm gonna taste her spit
black
anyway.
and white question.
I'm gonna taste her spit anyway.
Are
so.
you going to let her spit in your mouth?
okay.
Yes or no?
I'm gonna taste her spit anyway.
Yes or
There's
no?
But there's a difference.
Yes or no?
When your tongue is in her mouth and you're tasting the spit, but after the spit leaves from your mouth and hits the air.
So cold now.
Yeah.
So cold.
After it hits the air, get all the dust bunnies that's in the air, and then go into your mouth. It's like, man, listen, this spit already done been too many places. Like, I'm good.
You don't have anyone, any celebrity, your dream woman, Megan Good,
No.
Lala Anthony.
No.
I don't know who your favorite is.
No, I'm not
No
letting.
one.
I'm not letting nobody spit.
Wow.
Now I could kiss you, and we could swap spit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, once that spit leaves your mouth,
How you
and
describe
hits the
it?
air.
How you describe it? No. But like,
Right,
is she like,
Not like that.
probably
But he wasn't like.
no, he let it hang. He let it hang and
He was doing it.
Oh, that's the worst kind of spit. That's the thick spit.
What's that TV? What's that movie with Adam Sandler, the little boy?
Oh, stop.
Oh, Big Daddy.
He's like,
Oh. That's nasty, actually, when you
Man,
say it
listen.
like that. Big Daddy.
Big Daddy, yeah.
After that spit hit the air, I don't want it. No.
Oh man.
No, I'm definitely, I got a list.
belongs to the streets.
She said she didn't expect that. She said she didn't expect it. That's what she told the people that was reporting on it. You know, people asking her questions. But like, if you see somebody like this, you know what's gonna happen. You can
She
move.
opened her mouth,
You can move. That's what I'm saying. You can move. So you did expect it. Or you
No,
wanted
maybe
it.
she didn't expect it, but she went with it. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if it's that person that you like love, she loves Kevin Gates, let it happen. Absolutely, and hopefully you call me right after.
Nah, I'm not going to no concert and let me.
What if he don't call you?
Then at least I got that.
That's crazy. Wow.
Well, I might never see that celebrity ever day again in my life.
Man.
And that's the best interaction I could
You
get
know the
versus like
crazy
a
thing
walk
is
by
though?
on the street.
I met. You know what's crazy?
What?
She just said like I met plenty of celebrities, female and male. Like none of the females I met, I said, yo, I'm gonna take her down. Like it's just, hey, how you doing? Such a, you know. I was walking their dogs,
Yeah.
so like it was nothing like for me to think, like sexualize them in that way. Like I don't. You feel me?
Make
the
me
thing
sound
is-
like
The thing is, when I think about Kevin Gates
what?
and how this man is, you can't even touch this man, but he's doing all this and that to you, and
I wouldn't mind Kevin Gates at least like once in my life. I mean, it sounds like it could be a fun
that's
experience.
crazy. I think he's a little off.
Oh yeah,
his rockets.
something ain't up there.
But you like him though.
No, I like the
Aesthetic.
persona, right? The aesthetic of him, like all that crazy freaky shit. If someone was really good at it, and your one time to try something different is someone who's really good at doing it.
And doing what?
Freaky shit. She just said it.
How do you know this though?
But I'm just saying,
Throwing
as
sex.
far as what he talks about, like
A
just
lot of
what
people
he
could
brings-
say a lot of things.
I'm saying if it was true,
You know how many girls told me they head was good, and then you finally get it, and it's super trash?
someone thought it was amazing.
No.
So what if
No.
I'm that
No.
someone in this
No.
situation? Maybe it's not even that
The girl-
crazy, but
The girl lost my virginity too.
best thing
The
ever.
girl lost
for
my
me.
virginity too. She had no walls at all. At all. Right? This girl still got the dude to get pregnant 3-4 more times. Like, you feel me? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, she had no walls when I hit it, so I know they didn't have, she had no walls when they hit it, so Why they still hitting it?
Maybe
You know,
maybe.
like it just people just lust. It's lust. It's not love. It's lust. It's lust.
I feel
It's
like
lust. That's it. She lusts Kevin Gates. She lusts Future.
Oh yeah,
Lust.
Future.
Lust.
because a lot of these
Sensational.
people that we see in this
Yeah, I don't know.
entertainment, that we see in this entertainment industry, they talk a good one. Like these female rappers like Megan Good, Cardi B, they talking all this threesomes and they not really doing that in real life.
Every female that talk about these rappers on their lives and stuff like that never got a happy story in the end.
Yeah.
They never got a happy story in the end. You know.
These rappers talk about having guns, having drugs, having all this money,
And if that was the
having
case,
it neither. So
if
what's
exactly,
the difference?
because if that's the case, they would be locked up.
I'm just
If they
saying.
was really doing this stuff.
Nah, it's not even that. It's just. Go ahead, cousin. You were saying something?
So I was gonna say the job of these people in the entertainment industry is to poison the minds of the people that's coming up. Like it's different for us because we know right from wrong, but the minds that they are molding,
Yeah.
like
It's a different for a man and a female. Now, Drake, you can meet Drake and Drake be like, yeah, I'm definitely fucking with her. And he,
Yeah.
you know, I could meet SZA and she be like, fuck on my face, motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's 9 out of 10.
I mean,
Yeah.
do a little clap.
oh,
I know you wasn't doing it.
Go ahead, cousin.
so I feel like the job of these entertainers is to poison the minds of the young kids.
I don't think it's like well, I can't say it's not intentional because there is an industry giant that's controlling everything.
When you
But I mean, isn't it like the parents and family and surrounding?
So when we see people like Drake going around with his nails painted and barrettes in his hair and Lil Yachty beads but I feel like they've been doing that for years now with like Chris Cross, they had little beads in their hair and all that.
Nah,
But,
people been putting bees in
Yeah.
there all the time.
but the fingernails and all that, it's just it's crazy. It's getting outrageous.
What if I told you there were men back then also wearing fingernail polish?
I mean, the rock stars, they will wear black fingernail polish
So what's the difference between that and a rap artist?
because
The messages is different.
How?
Most rock stars are basically like emos or they
So
talk
it's a
about
part of their
they talk about
aesthetic.
yes,
Yeah.
it's part of their
So why
aesthetic.
is it not a part of this
It's
rapper's
not.
aesthetic to have his fingernails painted?
Because it's a different type of
I
message.
think this is a double standard.
No, it's
here.
not.
No,
It's
I
two different
believe they
industries.
asked
It's two different industries. That's why you got pop, rock and roll, metal, rap. It's different genre.
I
But the
believe they asked
types-
Young Thug.
What they're talking about in the music is all the same though.
So I believe it was Young Thug they asked. They said, how come you don't wear nail polish anymore? And he said, cause my son started want to wear it. And he said, no, you don't wear nail polish. He's like, but daddy, you wear it. And he said from there, he stopped wearing it. So my thing is, it's okay for these rappers and entertainers to poison other kids, but when it comes to their own kids, like Cardi B said, her daughter can't even listen to her music.
But she shouldn't.
Exactly.
She's a child.
Exactly.
Cardi B is 25 plus. Children shouldn't be listening to the songs anyway. But
Should
it's not
children be
Cardi
listening-
B's fault.
But should children be listening to Ice Spice?
No.
They
And I
do.
think that's weird.
They
I do
do.
think it's weird because of what Kim K's daughter was like super excited to see her, and Ice Spice's response was like, I just love, the young fans, whatever. I'm like, you're talking about wearing your panties in the grocery store,
Yeah,
and that little girl's like 9.
yeah.
Like that's kind of crazy. There's no reason she should be listening to it, but I also think that's the parents' fault.
But
to a
but
certain
then
extent.
but then when I look on World Star Hip Hop and when I look on these media websites and they says teacher gets students' attention by singing sexy red lyrics.
How I get my students' attention.
If you see me and you trying to see what's up, if your pencil sharpened, if you're ready to go to science.
And it's like, why would she do that?
I'm sure she was using Sexy Red's like beat and tempo. I'm sure she wasn't using the actual lyrics.
Shouldn't be used at all.
Why not though? But listen, so we were talking about this earlier. Grew up in the church. I grew up in the church.
Yeah.
I didn't know about any of these R&B rap songs growing up at all.
I had to sneak and listen to the radio.
So that's what I'm saying. So if my teacher would have done it, I would have been oblivious to where the origin of the song was anyway.
I understand.
So at that point, that was, you know.
But see, here's where the influence come in though, because there's gonna be about 2 or 3 kids in the class that know it,
Okay.
and then they're gonna look at you and be like, "Oh, you don't know what that is," and they might start teasing. They might start
teasing.
teasing.
Just got teased because people get bullied every day.
Exactly. But
and I'm just saying, like,
a lot of
it's
kids don't know
only
how to
so
handle bullying,
much.
though.
If it's possible, I think it's possible for kids to grow up and not know any of these songs.
I don't think it's possible.
Is this not nowadays? Because wherever
It's everywhere.
Wherever they go, they in the park, they barbecue, driving down the street.
When they watch TVs, it's in commercials.
Yeah, commercials.
When they go to the movies and watch these kid movies, it's in the kid movies. Like,
all a kid gotta do is make a TikTok and just make their age older than 18.
Yeah.
And they in.
It's crazy.
And so it's everywhere. Like you can't really hide it. Like
Yeah,
unless
you can't really escape it.
Unless a kid is intent with family values. So like how we all work. Like I didn't listen to that kind of music. I had Nas and stuff like that, but like there was never no Tupac albums in the house or nothing like that.
Nah, I was listening to gospel music going on.
Yeah, I listened to gospel music, or my dad was like into Bob Marley and like reggae.
Yeah.
So that was the alternative. There was no rap music. Like my brothers, I might have heard it, but not. We wasn't supposed to be listening to it. So.
And Kirk Franklin was my favorite rapper. Kirk Franklin, Hezekiah Walker, like that's the music that I grew up on. At the end of the day, and I started listening to rap music and R&B when I got in like 5th grade, and I started off kind of dweebish because I started listening to like NSYNC and 98 Degrees, and
right.
Bye bye bye.
And they used to tease me about it, so I started going to sleep with the radio next to my ear, and I used to put it on Hot 97. And I used to listen to the radio. I even had the cassette tapes, where I would record the songs. Stick the tissue inside the cassette tape so I could record over what was already on the tape. But yeah, man, like I had to sneak and listen to music.
So, would you say that the music that you listened to,
it was definitely better
influenced
back then.
you?
Well, the music was
better.
better. Because the music was better back then. I was listening to Outkast. Who else was I listening to? We still had people like Jay-Z, where he was talking about drugs and all that.
Right. So did you listen to Jay-Z though when you got the chance?
I did, because it was catchy.
Did it ever make you feel like, gosh, like I wish I could just like be that person for a little bit?
Yeah.
I didn't hear Jay-Z. Song until I was like 18.
That's
like
crazy.
16, 17, something like that.
That's crazy.
I was way up there, like.
So who was the first rap artist that made you be like, oh man, like I'm really gonna listen to this now?
The stuff I was listening to back then was like I said, Nas, Bone Dozer Harmony.
Yeah.
I was that video was on TV a lot.
Yeah.
Like the one with the angel and all that.
Yeah.
That video was a lot on my TV.
I was listening to Busta.
But it was like but it wasn't really rap. It was like Deborah Cox and stuff like that. Deborah Cox,
Eminem.
Eminem was that's 2000s.
Nah, that's when I started listening to the real Slim Shady, because like I didn't have cable, so I had Bobby Simmons with the antenna, channel 27. Nah, that wasn't B-Cat. B-Cat was in the 50s. Channel 27 was Bobby Simmons. It was Flavor. It was Flavor videos, and he was playing stuff like Eminem. He was playing DMX. He was playing Jay-Z.
I heard DMX a lot as a kid.
Yeah. Well, your mom's had the albums.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it influenced your personality?
No, because I was into it. I wasn't dancing and nothing like that. That's probably why I got no rhythm.
I feel like it influenced my personality a little bit.
So, I wanted to kind of like bring up the idea of like how music is different now. You say like back then, it wasn't so much talking about drug use. And I mean, I grew up also listening to like funkadelics, like all these hippie like funk music. So I always heard about drugs and always kind of like knew about it.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if I could say like back then that music influenced like if I did like try psychedelics. But do you feel like the music now is like so extreme that it's like inevitable that a kid would try drugs?
Yeah, definitely.
Nowadays, but like not back in the day.
Yeah, not back in the day.
Nowadays, yeah.
Back in the day, we was scared. I feel like we were scared to do anything and everything.
It's absorbed now. Back then, like we listened to it, but it didn't make us change our personalities.
Right.
Well, I feel like kids got so many bad influences these days. They not only have TV, music, and media, but they also have their friends.
Yeah.
So now it's like you see one person doing something, and it's like, yo, what's that? What you doing? Yo, here, try it. You know? It's like, okay, now that person is addicted. Because I go to the corner store, and I'm looking at the time, it's like 11 o'clock in the morning. There's kids in there coming in there for like packs of weed and all that. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Like I think it's sticking to Zoro. Like I had my appendix taken out.
Yeah.
They gave me Oxycontin 30s.
Yeah.
You know, most people out here take 10s and they
Yeah.
break it in half and take those. You know,
Yeah.
Percocets and stuff like that.
Mm.
I had 30s. I wasn't wanting more afterwards or nothing like that.
But
Or
that's
taking
crazy
to
though,
it.
because you was technically still a kid.
Nah, I was a grown man. I had kids and I had my appendix taken out.
Really?
I had my
How old were
kids.
you? I thought you was like 18.
Nah, probably like 28 or something like that.
Nah, that's just a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's like around the time now before I left East New York.
Oh,
But like,
that's scary.
now it was I liked them. I'm not gonna lie, I liked them
Yeah.
because like I'm tired. That's when I'm asleep. You know. I was in pain a little bit after, but once I ran out, I didn't want to get more. I wasn't popping them like crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I just only took them when I wanted to go to sleep.
A lot of people tell me they don't feel it when they take one of the oxys and they like I don't feel anything, like it's not doing anything.
I took a perk and didn't feel nothing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like parents influence drug use in children, like directly and indirectly?
I
Or do you
mean-
feel like their friends make more of an influence?
Yes.
Nah, I feel like it could go both ways, because a kid might say I'm gonna try something because my moms do it or because my father do it.
Mhm.
You know. So if they see the mom smoking weed, they be like, oh, well, my moms do it, so let me.
Do you feel like it's a degree of
I'm
drug?
gonna give you a perfect example. Okay, my stepfather, he been around since I was like 14. Yeah, I started smoking weed when I was like 16. This whole time he was smoking weed, I never knew about it. So now I'm smoking weed, and my mother said I got a surprise for you, and my stepfather came in the room, we closed the door, and we smoked weed together. Inside the
Okay,
room. And
nice.
this is how I found out my stepfather smoked weed. It was 2 years later, you know.
Right.
And then now my mother married him years after that.
Yeah.
You know, so a perfect example that parents could choose to let they see kids see it.
Yeah,
Cause he didn't let me see that shit.
right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, a lot of parents feel like, well, I feel safer when my kid doing it around me because it's a controlled environment. Then rather when they go outside and do it with their friends and now they start bugging, you know?
Yeah, I think that's really just dangerous because a father was doing drugs with his 13-year-old son, And I guess maybe the son wasn't feeling very well and told him to just like go sleep it off.
Yeah.
And the boy ended up dying. So now the father is locked up, correct?
Yeah.
Cause
$150,000 bail.
Cause I mean, I'm not sure what the father knew,
Yes,
but
he
it sounded
knew.
like
It was
he knew.
fentanyl. It was fentanyl
Yeah.
pill.
Yeah.
And he gave him a pill.
Yeah, but it sounded like he gave him a pill.
Yes, he gave him a pill. This is why he get jail.
Drugs.
I guess maybe the kid, it's like.
But the people was telling him, take the kid to the hospital. He refused.
Yeah.
He said he'd be fine. The next day he woke up to see his son unalive.
Yeah. See, that's crazy.
And he's getting the same exact charges he would have gotten if he took his child there anyway. So he really should have just took him.
Yeah.
He could have saved his life.
Yeah. I mean, definitely they would have had to hit him with the Narcan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say that's being irresponsible though? But the parent feels that they're being responsible because their son is under their roof.
See,
Like,
this was Georgia, right? I think this was Georgia, and see in New York, it's totally different.
Yeah.
You get that for free. Narcan you get for free. We get fentanyl test strips for free. So we could test all our drugs if you wanted to, and legally, because they're giving us the means to test us.
that's cool.
At one point, they said fentanyl was found in the edibles. So.
Guava, all that.
Yeah. See, that's scary.
I've been like thinking about that whole guava thing. I don't understand what it is, but
Fentanyl is a powder.
no, I know what fentanyl
Well,
is.
rather is tobacco.
Okay.
So it's
Is it like a hookah, like that
No,
kind of thing?
it's basically
It's this burned.
yeah.
It's this
Oh,
burned.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So it's a tobacco leaf that they burn and then they crush it up and make dust out of it and then they sprinkle it on the weed.
That's too much.
Instead of the strips like I use.
But see, it's
Like
like
an ashes.
but see, grabber came about because people started basically using the old Fonto and trying to basically get the money from what they can from it. So they burn it, they crush it up, and people put it in their weed.
So like, I don't use it because I know Fonto molds, especially if you keep it in the refrigerator. So if they don't want to throw this product out, what else they gonna do with it?
Yeah.
They can make guava out of it.
Yeah.
So this is why I don't use guava. 'Cause 9 out of 10, that's moldy Fonto.
That's crazy.
But it's easy to make yourself. You get the ones like I got in that plastic bag, put it on the stove, in the frying pan, everything, and you just crush it up.
But people like the Fonto or the grabber because it gives you that hit with the weed. See, like without it, I would cough up my lungs, and I don't know.
I think there needs to be like a line at some point to getting high. Like some stuff you just don't need to add.
Yeah.
Like, but I find like every couple of months or couple of years there's like a new drug that's introduced.
Yeah.
Something
and people run to it.
Yeah.
right. Or a new way to roll.
Yeah.
Like first you're just like doing papers or pre-rolls and cones, and now you got.
That's true. Cause this
now
didn't
you got-
exist.
Now you got rap.
This didn't exist when I first started smoking.
Well, no.
And now you got backwoods, and now you got.
But you gotta realize, because backwards was the original way to do it.
You know what I'm saying?
So-
Nobody was doing it though.
Nah, a lot
Nobody
of
was
people-
doing that.
It was taking the cigars.
Exactly.
No, yes. I started off with cigars. Then I went to like blunt bills,
Yeah.
and then I went to like backwoods
Yeah.
because you get a pack. It was like $10, $8, something like that.
So
You got about 8
Fonto
inside of it.
Fonto is the same thing. When you think about it.
Yeah. Nah, it's different kind of smoke though.
Yeah.
It's all different kind of smoke. Like I said, this didn't exist. This like 2000s, like 2002, 2003, some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like when this started popping up, and people used to only use Bob Marley. The next you got raw.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You're right. So, do you feel like a lot of people use like smoking as like a self-remedy instead of like going to get help? If they needed it.
Nah,
If they needed some type of mental health, like
Yes.
I don't
They
know.
just say, "Oh, I'm gonna smoke," and now everyone does it, and now everyone's subconsciously healing something that maybe.
I need people that do hard
exists.
drugs that do that. Like people like for example, you got rappers that would admit to becoming rappers and doing lean and stuff like that because they heard other rappers say it.
Right.
Or they started doing pills because they heard other rappers say it. So it's absorbed, but
the crazy thing about lean is they say that it gives you like a belly, right?
But yeah, go ahead, finish what you're saying.
What's his dude name? What's the rapper name that was just
Yeah.
up? So
Okay,
when he
I
got
was
locked up, I guess he couldn't take it no more. So that's where he basically started, like weaning himself off of that lean. And you see his stomach went down, but they say that a lot of people it's hard to get off of that. And the only thing is, because eventually your body becomes immune to it and it doesn't work anymore. And the only way to, like,
You just gotta keep drinking more of it.
yeah, and then they say that the alternative to that is opioids.
Okay.
And they said that's how a lot of people get hooked on the fentanyl.
Okay.
So it's like everything is a step.
I was working at a gig the other day, and the dude was asking the guy for something with fentanyl in it. He's like, I could take that. He's like, yo, he said, I'm from Philly, man. He said we eat fentanyl.
That's crazy.
I was like, yo, this dude bugs the fuck.
That's
Yeah, you're
crazy.
tweaked out if you're just voluntarily risking your life like that.
Because they say fentanyl, like the size of a grain of salt, is enough to make you
It's enough to kill.
overdose.
Yeah.
But people like that high, they chase it. And it's like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you know what crack do to you, you're not gonna take crack. If you know what lean do to you, why are you taking this lean? Why are you taking these pills? Like, I know I had pop pills, but like, they's always prescribed. And if they wasn't prescribed, it's probably just it's a party,
Yeah.
I had a girl, I took it,
I don't like taking people pills. I don't like it.
Nah. That's like I said, it's partying. Like I was partying, so I did it. But like, it's not something I would do every single day.
Yeah. I get it.
So some people, or I guess like in the industry, you'll say like a lot of rappers talk about doing drugs and partying a lot or like having a lot of women, all of this. Do you feel that they would even go as far as getting addicted to a drug just to promote a persona
Nah.
that they really aren't?
Nah.
You don't feel like
Because-
someone would take it that far for their career?
No. Because look at Future. Future raps about it, but when you ask him, do he take it? I don't touch that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
Same
I
thing
don't
with J. Cole.
Yeah.
But J. Cole raps about not doing drugs. Like Future raps about drugs or being like
The dude had a
low
whole song, Molly Percocets.
Nah.
What?
opposite drugs, and he's saying like I really don't be getting high like that. Like, but I think we should also stop taking rappers so literally.
Yeah. And it's only getting worse and worse and worse. But when you look at these people, they're here in our vicinity, in our neighborhood. They're not out there, with the white people.
Yeah.
The white people is they somewhere home. Like the streets over here is. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but a lot of people want to be comfortable walking out here in the streets.
Nah,
That's
a lot
not
of
from
people-
here.
I was working at the airport. So one day I was taking the Metro North from the airport back to New York, and I ran into this white boy, and like I found out he was part of the community afterwards. 'Cause he came on to me, but like he was scared. He was like, well, I get robbed and this and that. I said, I walked to the train, man. This after he came on to me, like I walked to the train, man. So I took him to the train, that he was going to Coney Island to see his brother. He was from Europe.
Oh, okay.
And so I took him to the train. He got on the train, but like he was scared. He asked me. I said, look, as long as you don't do no crimes, man, you don't mess with no drugs or nothing like that.
Yeah.
You good. No one's not gonna bother you. Like gangs don't bother people. Like,
I ain't gonna say that.
they don't.
They do.
They don't. If you do something to somebody, of course they gonna react.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But I didn't
You
see
mind your
people-
business.
I didn't see people get involved in minding their business. Some people just out there looking for trouble. Some people just out there looking for trouble, and unfortunately, that's why those people should be,
I lived in a building
Mhm.
that the people that lived in that building was getting killed.
Yeah.
But I lived in that same building. I was able to move down the block to where the people that was killing the people that the building I was living in
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Like they didn't touch me.
No,
It didn't bother me.
but you grew up with.
But like I was neutral. I wasn't playing around that gang shit.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't playing with that gang shit.
Yeah.
They didn't do nothing to me.
Yeah. But you grew up with.
But what happened? What happened afterwards though? Once I started fucking around with those street shit, that's when that's when the gangster shit started happening. And what I had to do? I got the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
You know, because there were two things I had to do. You know.
Yeah.
You know, so I chose to leave instead of doing something that was I was going to regret or have to hang it over my head for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
You know, so you can be neutral. And like, as long as you mind your business, nobody's bothering you.
Yeah.
And that's what I told you.
It's not always that situation though, but. Yeah.
People not snatching purses like that no more, man. Like, it's like they like,
Give me your money.
that's just not
Yeah,
happening
out
no
here.
more. There's so many cameras now. Like, you gotta do something to somebody to make somebody do something to you.
You know how many times I watched the dudes?
No, you
And they walk up on the dude. I seen one dude, they walked up on him and body slammed him on the floor. And the dude, no, it wasn't.
But you don't know that. You don't know that.
It's not funny.
Nah.
Sir, it's not funny.
I don't know what dude
Oh,
did.
you're okay.
But dude wasn't a skinny dude either though. Like he was tight. Like they ran up behind him, picked him up, body slammed him on the floor.
Now, for example, be perfect. I'm in the train station one day.
Mhm.
I'm on 149th. I'm waiting for the D train.
Yeah.
And a dude walks up to me. Like he on some aggressive shit. So I'm looking like, yo, everything was good. Like I thought you were one of my ops, man. You good? You good? You know, if you was one of my ops, man, I would have ended you right now, man. Like, you feel me? Like,
It's crazy.
and we went about his business. I'm saying you never know what was happening. He thought I was somebody else,
Yeah.
and that happened a lot.
Yeah.
That
Exactly.
happens a lot.
So he's
like,
looking.
not the anger, but like, oh, I thought you was such a like.
Yeah, he was looking for trouble.
I was in the smoking lounge the other day, and the dude did that. He came over, like, I'm like, yo, what's good, man? Like, he said, oh, I thought you was my man. Like, you good. The dreads, it's the dreads. Like, you know, then he went about his business. And, like, you never know.
That's how things should work.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't always work like that. But that's how things should work. I done seen people that had beef with me for no reason. It's like, yo, what's your problem? Yo, nothing. It's like, yo, this dude is crazy, like.
Yeah, but like, long as you mind your business, like, nothing happens to you. I've been minding my business ever since that shit happened in my old neighborhood.
Yeah.
And nothing happens to me. I don't play that street shit no more.
But sometimes people just like to start trouble.
Yeah, but that shit random. It's not every day. You don't agree?
No, I think it can be random for sure.
Yeah. Definitely can.
So I feel like with games and whatever, this kind of like idea of being unified together can also kind of give you this all or nothing kind of attitude. So I feel like that also goes with like other like demographics of just like the military. Like there's some people that go into the military and it's their complete entire life. Like 100% their personality, their like everything. And even we were talking about celebrities doing these personas, being these types of people, and it becomes like everything about them. Do you feel like it's an American thing? Do you feel like Americans only care about their careers or self goals to the point that it could be like?
Yeah, definitely. I grew up around designer and Fresh Up. I played Skelly with these motherfuckers and all that. You know, one lived around the corner from me. One lived through the park. So I seen these dudes grow up. They nothing like how they portray themselves in their music videos. They never like that at all. These dudes are not tough guys.
But see, at the end of the day, if you can't be a part of the programming, then we don't need to give you a voice. That's how the world feels. Because if you can't do what we tell you to do, if you can't sit here and take orders, we're not going to give you a voice because we might give the wrong person a voice. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, this person's going to erase 10 years of programming that they already set in place, you know? So, it's
do you think that's why J. Cole not so mass-produced? Because I look at him as like a Jay-Z, like you only see him when you want to see him, you know?
Yeah, but J. Cole he's different.
That's what I'm trying to say, like, this is why, like...
Yes, I feel like J. Cole stepped away, like, stepped back and took everything in and decided, like, I want to just live my life and be happy, and then I can make music on my own time.
Like Little Durk, Drake, these dudes, what's his name, Young Thug, these people's making videos, songs. J. Cole don't do that.
I feel like with J. Cole, he makes, I'm not gonna say excuses, but what did he say? Something about he's charging $1 million a verse or something like that or something. It was some ridiculously high price.
I think that's fair.
It is fair.
This is J. Cole.
I understand. So now, the result of that is, okay, now we don't see him putting out a lot of music. Because now, sometimes Jay-Z give a verse for free. They said if he respects you, he
do it for free. Yes.
You don't
but if
think
you charge,
does that
if you charge.
Nah.
He charged like $100 million. He charged, not $100 million, but like, he charged a crazy amount of money, like it's like 50 million or something like that.
But see, like,
it's a crazy amount.
Yeah, but see now, the result of J. Cole.
Not the verse. I mean like a concert. Like to do a concert. Like he charged like $100 million. Like he charged a crazy amount of money. But not a verse. Like you said, he do for free.
Yeah. But let's say
he can't charge you though.
Yeah.
But go ahead, cousin.
But J. Cole.
It's amazing.
Okay, so J. Cole. the result of him charging this amount of money now is we don't hear him too often because now his music is too expensive.
Yeah. But he could do that. But like I said, do you think Jay-Z could put a price on his verse?
Can he put a price on?
He could put a price on a concert, but can you put a price on a verse?
Nah, because at the end of the day,
he got to do it for free.
Because at the end of the day, it's nothing to him.
Yeah,
you know,
he got to do it for free.
It's nothing. He could charge.
People can't afford it.
Give me $500,000 for a verse. You know, and then it's pennies to him in his account because this man is worth $2 million.
Do you think it would deteriorate him if he charged $500,000 or $1 million for a verse? If it's not 50 million, you don't think it's beneath him?
It is.
That's what I'm trying to say. They can't afford it.
And then he also gotta watch about what he jumps on because you don't want to jump on the wrong person's song and make the wrong person famous. And
people do that. Cardi B.
Yeah.
She made Blueface famous.
See that?
Tatiana.
Oh yeah.
Oh dang. Yeah, he didn't deserve it.
Speaking of Blueface.
What's his name?
I say that for
what's Megan Thee Stallion's boyfriend name? She made him famous too.
You talking about Partisan? Partisan Fontaine? They're not together.
Yeah. I'm saying.
But I heard his music before I knew.
But I didn't know he existed until I seen him on Cardi B was in.
I only heard one song, but
and I never heard nothing ever again from him. Yeah. But that one song.
So our next topic is kind of crazy that we're even talking about this. Does systemic racism exist in 2023?
Of course it does.
I also feel the same way. Please share.
I don't feel like that because I feel there's so much opportunity out there and like it's not really getting blocked no more. But there's groups of people, there's like, small little groups that will do something racist towards you, or something prejudice or something like that. But it's not as a whole no more. Anybody can get rich now.
So I could understand what you're talking about from that point of view, but when we have TV, music, and media, right, controlling our lives, we don't sit here and be like, well, let me look into this and let me look into that. You know, oh, they got grants for this, I can get a grant for that.
Yes.
You know, I know like we are entitled to a lot of the things that, you know, other people are entitled to also. But who's to say, like, if we apply, that we're gonna get accepted?
It's not about being accepted. You go accept yourself. Like, for example, we all breaking that matrix right now. We all us in this room right now, because we all trying to do something to get rich, to better ourselves, to get our voice out there, to be somebody with influence, somebody with power, you know, somebody with money. And this is what we're trying to do now. So people just apply themselves. I don't want to work for nobody no more.
I got you.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got blacklisted from I'm gonna do an episode of with mad different freelancers, and I'm gonna get all of them together, and we gonna talk about different gigs we worked, and like we get blacklisted, like straight, like immediately, no questions asked, no talking about it, no going to nobody like, yo, what's up with this? No, you banned. Yeah, straight.
And that's the thing. Yeah. When you do something that they don't like, then we don't need you no more. And not only do we not need you, we gotta make sure nobody else wants you. You know? I lost
a $55,000 job because I got blacklisted. Because I quit, I walked out another job. And this job, I talked about it plenty of times on this podcast about the girls that harassing me at that law firm. And so now I'm going to another job under the same company, and they're like, yeah, you blacklisted. Like, we can't hire you.
That's crazy.
You can still do freelance for us, you know, come every week and we play you through the app, but we can't give you a full-time job here.
That's good.
So I understand in the way of entrepreneurship where you could see that there's less of a like wall for black people, but we still need doctors, we still need lawyers, we still need we still need all of these people. There are statistics that can show you that black women die at a significantly higher rate than white women during pregnancy. Why do you think that is? They're being racist. Like, they're ignoring the women saying, oh, I'm in pain, oh, I'm this, because black women are angry and black women have attitudes. And there are even stories where they'll say, oh, this one white lady nurse was like, I think that woman is crazy in there. She's sitting there patting her head. And it's a black woman because her head itches. That's not crazy, but she would go and say, oh, y'all need to check on her, and cause problems where it didn't need to happen. There's also a marginal gap in between how much men and women get paid. Women get paid 70% to the dollar that men get paid, so it also applies with black men and women.
Yeah, okay.
There is also something called affirmative action that was, I think, removed, which basically says universities have to allow a certain. Was it removed though? Okay. Yes.
I knew
have to allow a certain amount of minorities into their institutions. So now that that's gone, some universities are literally only letting in these African Americans or other minorities because they have to. Now they can absolutely not do it at all and not have to think twice about it. Systematic racism is what this country is built on, and it'll never go away.
Yeah. I always thought it was wrong for them to ask you on the job application, what's your race?
That too.
Why do you need to know that?
Yes. Now, as the pay gap, it only is certain criteria, and also all people are applying for these jobs. Is black people go get their doctorate and all that, and they apply to be a doctor or start their own practice, it will happen. It's like nobody's stopping them from doing that. Don't go to a college if you know this college is racist, go to a college that you know that's gonna be racist to you. So
Any
like for,
college
no.
can be racist.
Like for example, the boy, there's a video of a boy. His bike was on a basically it's like a black side of the dorm and like a white side of the dorm and all that. And he worked on the white side. He worked at the cafeteria and all that.
Wait, when was this?
No, I'm gonna send the video.
No. But when was this? Because if there's a white side and a black side.
No. It's just no.
My friend went to a white and black prom in her junior year in high school, and she's like 2 years younger than me.
That's
in Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
that
great.
shit's still.
But Alabama's a place that's still pretty racist.
That's still happening.
It's not.
What do you think that is to do?
Yeah.
Is to teach the kids.
Yeah.
You're black, you're white, separation.
Yeah.
You don't think that has
When
to
you-
do with
when
the,
you in the South-
big picture? When they start going to get jobs, when
Yeah.
they start seeing themselves in society, they feel like they are. They can only be in one area. I'm not allowed. People do not like me. You don't think that that's
Yes, so
affecting?
why I go? Why I go? If you like why even go to
People don't have no choice.
I look at applications all day, every day. Male applications and female applications, and I look for what I'm looking for. So I may have 15 applicants, and only 3 of them will actually be social media assistants or something, and like the rest of them they have social media marketing. One dude, his thing said what it said, like some kind of funding. Like I said you deal with money or you deal with social media? Like what do you do? Like what do you deal with? He said I deal with social media, but it's for funding. I help people get money. Is that? So I'm like, why?
Yeah,
like, why
do social media.
Yeah, do social media. But I'm like, so like it was this. It wasn't like how the other people had their stuff listed. So I chose other people first. If they didn't respond in a certain amount of time, or if they wasn't what I was looking for, if I interviewed them, then I would go to them. So I had either maybe, definite or something like that, or not at all.
Now think about that on a grander
Yeah.
level. Like I'm hiring a law firm or I'm opening up a hospital and doctors. Do you really think you're going to pick the person who graduated from around the corner, or you're picking the people from Harvard who are graduated top of their class?
Or I'm gonna give you a loan, or I'm gonna rent this car to you, or I'm gonna do these things. I'm gonna let you into my establishment. Oh, you have drugs. We don't like that. Actually, you can't work here because that goes against our policies.
I was watching the dude.
There are children right now that are getting kicked out of school because they have braids.
I didn't see girls can't work the front desk because of their hairstyle.
Yes, and these.
That's all racist.
Yes, and these are places these black people shouldn't be.
They are born there.
But this place is here in New York.
So where do they go?
Black people are
So
hated
if they're not supposed to be there, where do they go?
Like for example, I'm not going to move to Texas. I'm not going to.
So I can understand what you're saying.
No,
because I'm not
But
going
he
to put
didn't say
myself.
it yet.
No. He's trying to say he's not going to put himself in a certain environment.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to do it either.
Yes.
But at the end of the when we live in New York City and this stuff is going on in New York City,
right?
And we can't complain because we don't have a voice. You know, like
I got a cousin that's in Wisconsin right now. Wisconsin. He not in Milwaukee. He's in a suburb in Wisconsin. This dude has so many jobs in that town, like this, legally, nothing like now, huh?
What types of jobs?
Cooking jobs,
Okay,
chef jobs.
so like a restaurant.
High-end restaurants.
Okay,
but
but
high-end
not
restaurants and low-end restaurants.
but not like a lawyer or a doctor
No.
or some type of physician, someone that had to go even jump through hoops just to get the degree, now getting paid less or even trying to get, some recognition when the white guy who went to a shittier school, but he's white and, we'll hire him first.
yeah, he's white and his daddy is president.
Or
so
I can get along with him better because black people have such attitudes and are so entitled, or black men are lazy, so I can expect them to actually work. So I'm gonna hire this white person off of these awful stereotypes that these people genuinely believe. Like that's how this is working. Like this is not just I worked as hard as I could and I deserve it and so now I'm gonna get it. Otherwise, shit, everybody would be successful.
Yeah.
Like, no one would be having this conversation of, like, I'm being treated less than the next person.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. Go ahead. You finished?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. Now, if you put yourself in a certain environment, like
People, this is what I don't understand, how you're still like saying a certain environment. People are born in these areas. They are poor. They do not have the money. The least they could do is get treated with decency, and then be hired just because they need a job, not because, oh God, I don't want that person in here because of all these stereotypes, and I'm not going to hire them, but I'll hire the girl who's clearly probably on drugs, but she's white, so that'll be nice.
I'll give you a perfect example.
Like,
it's in a group chat. I'm gonna pull it up. The people they was talking about the MTA people jumping trains.
Yeah.
Okay, so they had a video of people hopping the train. Every person that hopped the train was like a white person in nice clothes, Rolexes or expensive watches. So the reporter said to the police chief, like the MTA chief, she said these people are poor. These poor people hopping, jumping the trains, such a. He said, if you look at the video, these are not poor people. Look at his shoes. Look at his watch. Look at his coat. This guy is bringing thousands of dollars, and he's white. Like, he's not poor. Like, so like, yes, she was racist, you know, because she just not even though she see white people in there, she just automatically sees these poor.
We're not gonna call her racist.
No, I'm saying
at the end of the day, color had nothing to do with it.
right.
It had nothing to do with it. But I'm saying she made it as a whole, as in poor people. What the majority of poor people are? You feel me? She see these guys that got rich clothes, but she automatically went to poor people.
You agree that minorities, black men, are sent, like, imprisoned at a higher rate.
Cause they did something.
No.
Some of them did something. Most of them did something.
Most of them, but there's a lot of them that's in there under false pretenses.
They are in there. Okay, let's say both of them did something. The white man's going to jail for 5 years, while the black man's going to jail for 20 years. You don't think that that's systematic racism? Like, you don't think that is and then what they do, let's start in the 90s, whatever, 80s, 90s, they send all the black men to jail, and now black men don't raise their children. Now the women are stepping up to us now.
It's all cause and effect.
Talk too much. You don't think that this is all so you don't think that this is all correlating together to be racist against black people?
Yes, but
it's all to destroy all of us.
It's all to destroy the homes.
Not saying that opportunities are not present, but there is never going to be a day in America that we are not affected by this.
I've been seeing cops. You're
affected by it, and you just don't know.
I just seen cops pull over black people, and it's like, Dad, we ain't find nothing. Dad, y'all ready to rough them up? Dad, we gotta find something.
Yeah,
but then it's like you see them planting the weed in the car. Yep, here we go, found it. Look, weed right here. And when I'm watching the video, they rewind it and played it back in slow motion, and you see the cop put his hand in there and drop it out his hand and be like, "Oh, found it right here."
Yes, it happens.
That man spent a year. I forgot how much.
Kid's fault for living in that area.
But I think that man spent a year in jail before they got their hands on that video footage and acquitted him of all those charges. Anything could have happened to that man in jail while he was in there for that year. Like, I've been falsely arrested one time.
Yeah, I've been arrested times. Like, and all those times, I've never been to jail. I always went in front of the judge. All in all. One time the judge gave me a bail for $20,000. She see my mother and my mother friend here, and she's like, "Your mother and your aunt is here, so I'm gonna all you." I've never been to jail. Like, for me, it's instances and but those instances I didn't really do nothing. You know, I didn't really do nothing. Like the case I was in front of that judge for was like 2 years old. And it wasn't never really happened. I was living in Jersey at the time, so you got the wrong person. You know, the person lied to you. Like, and make them support. You know, I lived in Jersey at the time. I could prove it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like it's not existent. Where and grabbing in wealth is not existent. But when you in these institutions, yes, because it's isolated. It's institutions. These are campuses. These are jails. These are shelters. These are isolated places. I work for an app that got nothing to do with this company, and so I go there and they don't like me. They can say anything and get me banned permanently from something, you know? And that's crazy. I came work from 3 companies now because of that. Or I came work from 3 companies. So it is there, but that's an institution. Now if I take my way from that institution, I'm good.
Yeah.
Honey, you wanna go to another topic? Or,
Yeah, I have 0 left to say.
you think I'm wrong with what I said?
I made my point. I think it's crazy as hell that you are like.
Was I wrong with what I said?
Yes, you was wrong to ignore